a great big hey howdy hey to all of my goofy goobers out there. Welcome back to Animanic Commentaries with Comic Auzi.
Andy, yep, how's it going?
How's it going? You gotta be careful. I'm walking here because we're gonna be watching Oliver and Company. And instead of taking place in Joyo London with street urchins, it takes place in New York with criminals.
Yeah, we New Yorkers. I don't know how good that was. Sorry if I insulted anyone.
I wonder if that was more Chicago than New York.
I ain't sure.
Okay, now that's probably New York. That sounded a little bit like Jeanette from the Ghostbusters. Alright. But, so, here's the skinny. I've only ever seen this movie once, and I thought it was alright. It's cute.
You've only seen this once?
I've only seen this once. It was around the same time when I would watch things that I haven't seen before, like The Black Cauldron, and like around that time, where I was like trying to pick up on the Disney movies that I hadn't seen yet, which was very few. Like, I can think, like, around the time I was watching this, I think it was the only Disney movie I hadn't seen up to that point. Like that point, I'd seen all of them, and then Oliver and Company was the only one that I had to mark off my hit list. Take the shot, and then I watched the movie.
Meanwhile, my parents got like every single VHS of every Disney movie up until the point I was born, pretty much. Every animated Disney movie, at least, with some of the live action stuff.
Naturally. Alea, I feel like for all the intents and the purposes, like, I think I feel like there is value to this movie existing, like, because there is a lot of fun to be had in it. I mean,
yes, and like, I think
this is right before Howard Ashman. This is right before the Renaissance. This is right before everything really picked up financially for the studio.
Actually, when you mentioned Howard Ashman, this is the first time he contributed to Disney. He didn't write all the songs, but he did write the opening song.
Oh. That's really cool.
I mean, that makes sense. Little Shop of Horrors that took place in New York, right?
It did, yes. On Skid Row,
yeah,
otherwise known as the slums.
He loves this New York stuff. Yeah, but yeah, this movie, they don't talk about it as much, but actually did had some financial and critical success. Maybe not to the level of Renaissance, but
and definitely not to the level of its competition, The Land Before Time.
Yes, I think it even beat out Land Before Time a little bit.
Well, no, Land Before Time was like it released on the same week, and it did gangbusters compared. Like again, another Spielberg Don Bluth joint. Like at that point, it's like, oh shit, yeah, we're.
But I think the important thing about Oliver and Company, I think they learned from the last couple films, mostly Black Cauldron, that okay, we need like the right blend between fun and serious.
And that's the thing. I feel that's true. And I feel like The Great Mouse Detective is also an example because likely Great Mouse Detective and Oliver and Company were in development at the exact same time. Like, very likely. So the tone, like I said, the tone that was set by The Great Mouse Detective would affect every movie going forward. It gets that classic Disney vibe of having some frightening moments, but ultimately happily ever after for all the characters. And it's like, I feel like this carries over into this film as well. Again, it's like because these films are developed at the same time, they bleed into each other in a way. And I feel like there's the one song that really gets in my head a bit, and it's not the song you're thinking. It's actually the Poodle song. I never always get the lyrics or the melody, but I'm always getting the animation stuck in my head and her voice. Bette Midler.
Yes, a lot more of that 3D animation from what we call it, the caps. That we had in the Great Mouse Detective.
Like I said, the Great Mouse Detective.
We used a lot more in the Renaissance.
Well, the cap system. We'll get into that when we really come into the Renaissance.
Okay, so it's funny you mentioned Bette Midler's character because this is also Well, well. I mean, they did that in the previous movie too. But this is a point where Disney's like, okay, we need to get people in, so we need to get like these big time names right now, including Bette Midler and Billy Joel, and
which is such a striking difference to both Great Mouse Detective and the following Little Mermaid, because the thing is with those movies, like even if Vincent Price was well known, he's well known as like an old Hollywood actor, or at least like older than the people watching the movie. Like he was in things like the 10 Commandments. Like that's how old Hollywood. I mean that's still like Silver Age or Hollywood, right? Like
but yeah, these were the big time singers. And I can't even think of another movie Billy Joel acts in.
There
is. I'm sorry.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Billy Joel, this is actually a funny coincidence. Last night I had a dream that I met Billy Joel, but the thing is, I didn't know what Billy Joel looked like in the modern day. So after the dream, I'm like, okay, what does he look like right now? And I see it, I'm like, that's not too far off from my dream, Billy Joel, and that's kind of scary because I've not seen a picture of him recently.
I mean, let's be fair. If you're imagining what Billy Joel looks like today, just think of what Billy Joel looked like and then add a few wrinkles, right?
Not really. He's big and he's bald and he's got a beard, which is different from his 80s look.
Right, definitely. But
I'm like, how did my dream get it so spot on?
And on the topic of 80s, I think it's time to get into this film. Everyone, grab your copy, get it all ready to sync up, because at this point,
open it up for me.
Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. So sorry.
Before you start the countdown.
Right, and then let us begin our copies and try to sync it up as best as possible in 3, 2,
got nothing.
1, go. What do you mean?
I got nothing.
How about now? Do you have it now?
Now I have the spinning blue dots.
Darn it.
Yeah. Got nothing, dude. Why didn't you make sure this was going before it started?
Sorry. You got it now?
No.
And there's a beautiful sketch of New York City.
Which I'm getting the blurred image of on the stream version. Dude, always make sure I can watch this before you start.
I'm sorry. All right, everyone. I'm sorry. We're gonna do redo. Okay, here. Let's try to get you started up. I'm sorry, everybody. We're gonna have to start over. everyone, reverse.
Okay. Hey, I got a screen now. Thank you.
You got a screen now? Okay, good. All right, now that we've got that, we'll truly begin. I'm not even gonna edit this out. I think I'm gonna just leave this in just to punk people in the future watching this. Everyone, go ahead and begin your copies in 3, 2, 1, go.
I love how I gotta keep this in because he got the music alongside.
And yet they didn't do the same consideration for The Little Mermaid. They put the new logo on it on Disney Plus, and I'm kind of mad. They did the same thing for Toy Story. It's like, come on, leave the classic logos up.
Yes, it was what we were saying.
Thing.
Twin Towers are there, and this is the day of 9/11. Hats off to the fallen.
Yep. Walt Disney Pictures. Walt Disney... How many years after his death by now?
Let's see. Almost
1988.
Exactly 20. Almost 20. 20. It was 1966, so 22.
And the Coca-Cola. I mean, you can't have New York City without Times Square, and you can't have Times Square without all the product placements. Silver Screen Partners 3. I'm pretty sure Disney bought them, like...
Okay, so yes, you can definitely hear Howard Ashman's rhyming scheme here.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is one of the reasons I have watched this movie so many times. The kitties!
God. Cat, so adorable, my God.
They say kittens $5, but what's stopping these people from just walking off in these busy streets with the cats?
And would you blame them?
Man.
Yeah.
And this is how you introduce a character without them saying anything.
Yeah. Did the same thing in Bolt, which we'll get to in quite a few months.
So, if people didn't know, this movie is a modern adaptation of Charles Dickens' Oliver Twist.
Yes.
And I gotta say, while they
Kodak!
They changed the story significantly, it really does capture the spirit of it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. The Kodak sponsorship is actually really funny because Disney had a lot of sponsorship from Kodak for their theme parks around this time.
Yeah, starting with passive protagonist.
Yeah.
Oliver Twist being one of the prime examples of having a passive protagonist in the story. I like how they keep it that way.
Because, well, what are you supposed to
like, see? Do? Like, you don't want this kitty to get hurt because it's a sweet kitty. He was alone in the rain.
Poor kid. It's really interesting.
And look at the markups. Like, it went from $5 to $3 to free.
Oh, man. Poor kitty. It wouldn't even take him when he was free.
I don't know why. Orange cats are adorable.
Cute little tabby. Oh, God. Okay, now we're gonna have some dog slander. Actually, they kind of resemble... Okay, obviously, they're not stealing the same animation, but they look similar to the same dogs that chased Lady. Even the rattling of the fence bit.
Trying to think. Is this the first time Disney... No. I think Fox and the Hound was implied to be a more modern setting. I'm not sure, actually.
The thing
is
that
definitely a modern setting.
Every Disney movie that is, like most Disney movies, with some exceptions, are set in the modern day. Like, it's assumed that 101 Dalmatians takes place in the 60s because the movie was released in the 60s.
And it looks in the 60s.
So
see, no. 101 Dalmatians was the first one that took place in the modern day.
Which one?
Definitely.
Oh wow, that
101 Dalmatians. We talked about that. Remember?
Yeah.
I mean, probably Bambi, but though you wouldn't know for sure because it's in the forest. But
yeah, but I think that's a pretty... Dumbo was definitely in the modern day. The circus was a big thing back in the 40s. Like the way the Casey Jr. is coming down the track, that's definitely a big thing in the 40s. Okay, now this is just... I'm seeing a lot of celluloid drop shadow here. Like, they're laying
in case you couldn't tell, this was in the 80s.
Yep. He digs it. Oh yeah, that's right, Roger. We're gonna see a lot of Disney dog cameos in a bit here during the next musical number.
Oh.
No. Look at how.
Hey, well, okay. We were talking about Asian representation earlier. There you go.
That's
like one glimpse.
That's not too shabby, honestly. I mean, it's a brief moment, but I mean,
we were saying earlier how most Asian representation was through animals or mushrooms,
and even then, not done very well. It was done in a very casual. It was done in an old Hollywood casual racism kind of way.
And they just want to make him look like as much of a slob as possible.
He very much looks like that kind of...
His shoes aren't even tied. I love how,
He sounds like Italian New Yorker stereotype.
This whole opening, we're seeing everything from Oliver's perspective. We're seeing the humans' feet and less of their faces.
Yeah.
It's like in Lady and the Tramp.
It helps make things feel much larger and outside of their world.
Great Billy Joel.
Here's the smug one, the slick one, the sly one.
Yeah, based off the Artful Dodger from the book.
Though much older in interpretation.
Yeah, definitely.
He very much comes across as an adult, well, because Billy Joel is an adult.
Yeah, he's an adult dog.
Well, probably a big puppy, actually. Dog years are very different than human years.
Well, definitely early 20s interpretation, at the very least.
Yeah, but for a dog, that would be like 3 years old.
You know what I mean.
True.
Ever age most dogs are in these movies. I remember one time my dad and I were talking about. So my dad and I were talking about. Has there been any movies where with a cat and a dog friendship, and the cat is not the one in charge? I'm like, yes, Oliver and Company.
Good answer.
It's a solid dog and cat relationship, and the cat's not the sassy one in charge.
I'll say, Scribe, I think the reason the Dodger is reminding you of Bruce Willis is because the attitude here is not too dissimilar than DreamWorks' adaptation of the comic strips of Over the Hedge for their own movie. He definitely had that too cool for school kind of vibe.
The con
artist
animal.
And the one who's really good at spinning.
Bruce Willis voiced a dog too.
Bruce Willis voicing a dog. I'm trying to remember.
He voiced Spike in the Rugrats Go Wild.
Oh.
Because, you know, Eliza could talk to animals.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, right now.
Huh?
Yeah, uptown doggy's been living in an uptown world. Nice joke.
Very appropriate, Blue Heart. Very good. That muster was really well drawn.
You're the piano dog.
If you said bow wow to me today. I mean, what else do I got?
Another way to introduce a character.
Yep.
You know this dog he's the nicest guy, but you can't help but like him because of his confidence. It's like the Artful Dodger.
At least,
They got him out of
right?
the kid's determination. Yeah, I think a Dodger does too.
Ooh, that was cute. That was a really cute animation there.
It's like, whoa.
Also, noticing
here
with
we
the
go.
background art, they're definitely
the
leaning
cars.
on the... Brilliant.
You could tell Disney's really being a lot bolder in the animation in this movie.
You know what I'm noticing? I think they're actually Xeroxing CGI line work this time instead of tracing it. Like, they probably came off of The Great Mouse Detective and thought, oh, that's a lot of work. What if we just Xerox the actual, like, lines from the computer
I wouldn't eat those
instead?
hot dogs when dragging them through cement.
They look pretty clean still. And look, there's the fire hydrant. You can watch them there.
Pause.
This is the song that gets
to sing
and
along.
everyone's...
Have it done. Like, too late. Yeah, see? Like, they're really up in the animation on this one.
Yeah.
Which will be useful when we come to The Little Mermaid next time.
Indeed. Very cute. Very cute. Again, seeing a lot of celluloid drop shadow here and there. They're even using CGI on the sunglasses there.
Of course, they gotta have sunglasses.
We're getting the cameos in a minute here. Coca-Cola.
Billy Joe must have had so much fun with this.
Oh, he
and here
sounds
it goes,
like
the
he's
piano
enjoying it.
dog.
Yes,
Woo!
Woo! That sounds like lyrics that Howard Ashman would have written, though.
No, he just wrote for the first song.
No, but I feel like the songs do fit together, though. Like, I feel like there is a congruence with the music in this movie that it does feel like it belongs together. And really...
Look,
there was a lot of cameos back there. There's Pongo.
And there's Pongo. Quite possibly one of his descendants, if you want to think they're in the same universe. 20 years later, maybe one of the puppies is puppies.
Yep.
I mean, if Pongo had many, many descendants...
I mean, well... Is it so hard to believe?
Eventually, puppies would have made their way to New York.
Yep. I mean, even the rats dig his vibe. When you're such a...
The slow fade out is definitely an 80s song thing.
It's just a song thing in general. Like, musical theater doesn't do that. That's like for the radio hits or like album music. It's like, that's not how musical theater works. You gotta end on a big finish.
A lot in the 80s, though.
They did that in Lion King too, but we'll get there. It's always disappointing when a song doesn't...
John behind that, and he was an 80s guy.
It's always disappointing when a song doesn't end. It's like, just end the song!
You're right, Ray. Oh, you're right, Squad. The 90s animated series did relocate the Dalmatians to America.
Huh.
Here's Cheech Marin in dog form.
And the first Disney role that Cheech Marin would have before Lion King. And Ramon
and
from
a lot
Cars.
of others.
Is that Tom DeLuise?
Is that Kelsey Grammer? I'll have to double check. That's someone I know.
Yeah.
Okay, we were talking about this. And then we got the English Bull again.
Yep. He does sound a little Kelsey Grammer-ish.
What is what Cheech Marin and always saying, man, man, man? See what I mean? He's essentially playing himself.
It seems like a character he would play. I don't know if it is him.
No, not Kelsey Grammer. It's Roscoe Lee Brown.
That name sounds familiar.
Oh, he's Mr. Arrow in Treasure Planet.
I knew that voice sounded familiar. Who's the Kingpin in the 90s Spider-Man? Yeah, I think I know what you mean. I heard that one clip, like, Spider-Man's a scientist? See, that's funny.
Should we drive through the cement?
See, that's funny to have him call them Dodger fans when the Dodgers left New York for LA. But a baseball joke.
Yeah, so we saw like, yeah, he conned the cap, but he was also doing it to help his friends out.
Yep. Wait a minute, I just realized I could do this with a joke. Wait a minute. I gotta turn it up.
The way he does this. Rita's like, here it goes again. I never realized he said gang war when I was a kid. This is like a year or two after Alien.
Wouldn't blame them.
She's a little kitten. I just love their dynamic. Yeah. Oh, Rita is Cheetah from the Justice League animated series.
Nice.
Here he is, Dom DeLuise. Human this time. I love what they do with Fagin in this movie, because he's a more sympathetic character than he is in the book.
Or even the musical adaptation.
He's more of a lovable loser.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
he's a well,
guy who's down on his luck, and you just can't help but feel sorry for him.
I mean, look at him.
Ugh.
I don't think anyone likes these dogs, but I think they give what breed are these guys? It's not German Shepherd, it's something else. Doberman?
No.
Is it Doberman? Anyway, they give that breed a bad name.
Oh, shot on that car there is so cool. Doberman, they've upped the animation. Mouse Detective allowed them to do it. It is Doberman. It has Doberman on the license plate.
On the license plate, I just noticed that. That's really funny.
This guy... this... I don't give this villain enough credit, because it's also a guy you can meet in real life.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oopsies.
Whoops. Oh, boy.
See, lent him money. He's a loan shark.
Oh, boy. Oh, God. Ouch.
Einstein just holds it back.
He's smart. April 21st,
1988. Ooh. Jeez, right?
Yeah.
Yay, that was some sass right there.
man. Oof. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
The voice acting in this movie is just so good.
Yeah. And the animation to match. Oh, God.
I love because your chihuahuas are so yappy and fast talking.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Come on, come on, come on, come on! It's like I go.
I mean, casting Cheech Marin as a chihuahua, just from his comedic vibe, that works really well.
Like, come on, come on, come on, come on! That's the way chihuahua barks.
Yep. Hmm.
It's like, oh, and he's all wet now because just landed in the.
Yep.
And he's going down on his luck, and he's got all these cute little dogs. How can you hate him?
Yeah.
Loves his dogs. Aww, and they love him back.
Yeah.
They did slippers. Alright. And this is how you make people like the audience like the characters. You cheat by making them do stuff like this.
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
eating the dog biscuit.
It's not cheating.
He's eating the dog biscuit. He's way better than the original Fagin.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Just
he has
one
his
big
dogs
happy
commit
family.
crimes, but also helps that he's voiced by Dom DeLuise. You can't help but love whoever he played. That's such that warm voice. Kitty cat.
Huh.
Where's my cat?
Yep.
It's an airplane seat. Little details is just so good.
Oh.
Little things.
Oh. Oh. That is true, Squad. Dom DeLuise is in a lot of Don Bluth movies. He's in the grand majority of them, really.
Oh. Oh. Einstein's huge.
Is he a Great Dane? He looks like a Great Dane.
Yeah, at least partially so.
It's like he's
Like
part
grayish.
Great Dane, at least. Don't know where the gray fur is coming from, though.
Unless it's to
But he
show
does-
he's old.
But he does look like a gray version of Scooby-Doo. Like, it's like, so I'm thinking Great Dane. Oh. You like Jazz?
Well, nothing needs to be said in this scene.
No. This
It's
is...
just so cute.
Look at this. The way they're... The thing...
Reminds me of my old dog and cat, Copper and Chopinka. The way they'd curl up against each other. So sweet. Giant dog and little itty bitty cat. Yeah,
it's honestly
like okay.
This is animation at its finest. Like, this is what it does well. You don't.
I can't
have
believe
to
you've
say
only
anything.
seen this once.
I know, right? I feel like a bit of a fool now. This is adorable.
This is like one of the many staples of my childhood. I love me doggy and kitties.
Alright. 3 days to come up with that debt. Come and fix that
debt. I mean, yeah, you know, Fagan's obviously not a perfect guy. He still makes his dogs pickpocket, but it's because he needs to be able to feed them. Yeah, and save his own life. Just been baking. Oh gosh, the innocent child mind.
Here we go.
This movie just... In case you forgot, this is the 80s.
Ow.
Right here we got the gospel rock style music. Oh, apparently this was released on the anniversary of Oliver, the musical.
Nice.
20th anniversary.
Oh, man.
And he gets him out.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Look at that. They're even dancing when they growl.
Yeah, this is like the same sense of camaraderie Oliver felt he had with the other pickpockets.
Yep.
Guess I can't say Tito. There we go, Jenny. Aww. Her taking place of the rich lady who took pity on Oliver.
Yep.
Wait, Blue Heart Tattoo is asking if Jenny is the Nancy in the book. No, she is not. Nancy is a different character. We're talking about the rich lady who wanted to adopt Oliver.
Yep.
Who also turned out to be his long lost relative, so he didn't know it. The well he picked from was actually his grandpa. Oh God. Ouch. That can't be pleasant.
Oof. Zip zap zap.
He's back. So passive protagonist, everything just happens around him.
Yeah.
Point.
Off they go. We've got to save our little buddy. Aw.
The first time Cheech Marin has gotten baked? Oh my God. What is that
Very
joke?
funny squad.
Aw. And here comes Bette Midler, who most of the people would probably know as Winifred in Hocus Pocus. 5 years before that. She was in her prime.
Yep.
Little poodles holding up the pedestal.
Yep.
Little details. How'd she do both of them at once? Suddenly she has a bow in her hair.
Yeah. She's very good
Unless
at
she's
cleaning
sucking
herself up.
My God. What they were doing with that
Animation can imply things even when they don't exist. Is that Scooby-Doo on the far right?
Kind of look like
that
it.
That looks straight up
Does
like
look like
Scooby-Doo,
Scooby.
like completely.
Ugh, like growl.
Yep.
Their voice. This is her Disney princess moment. Is she a Disney princess?
She certainly thinks she is.
She wears a dress and has animal sidekicks. What? And just...
The debarking
that one.
singing.
This is definitely like an Ethel Merman style song.
And
here we go.
That's very friggin' Broadway, and the birds are doing a friggin' kick line.
Yeah, we had like 80s rock, we had gospel rock, and we had Broadway. Like all the things you expect in 80s New York.
Yeah.
This is like me in the kitchen at this age. I love this butler.
Yeah.
He acts like a real uncle. Jenny's eggs with Cocoa Crispy. Oh, this still exchange dialogue has always stuck with me.
Oh boy.
PewDiePie. There's a reason. There's a reason this part is used in trailers a lot.
Good lord, she's just chewing it up.
Oh, the buildup. Mine! The way she said that. This shows how much Jenny feels about Georgette. I kind of get it.
I mean, Georgette's sweet. She's also a little stiff
Stuck
upper
up
lipped.
and spoiled.
Yeah. God. Seriously, some of the animation with Francis looks like they're Xeroxing pencil sketches like they would do back in the 60s and 70s. Which is very fitting with the background art looking like it's very, especially with the background art looking like it's out of 101 Dalmatians.
I always love this scene too. Like, you hear Kitty on the piano.
Yeah.
My cat sometimes does it. She'll walk across the piano keys. It's so cute.
Aww.
Just make you love every relationship like within 1 minute.
Aww. Aw, he's helping. You can see the hair standing up on the back
and here we go.
There.
He's in caps again. Moving backgrounds.
Well, you can see they painted the background to be like, you know, warped and curved.
You know, moving objects, backgrounds. You know what I mean. I know, it's like he bonded with the pickpocket dogs, and now he's bonding with this girl.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's so great, but now you got two separate possible families. And this cute little moment.
Well, Squad, it's only
like,
2 movies so far.
That's cute. They're like, rambunctious kid, but then she's like, oh, good evening, good afternoon. Like, oh, she's actually quite polite.
Do I think this film was the last one to use Xerox? I think for like all the CGI elements.
Well, there was definitely painting and.
I think at the very least,
The Little Mermaid was the last one to use ink and paint.
Yeah. This film, like, I know for the CGI elements, they seem to be using Xerox to make sure that the lines stay as clean as possible. Like, they're just printing it. How did she know his name was Oliver? They're using the same thing they did for the Clock
Tower and Great Mouse Detective, and that they will continue to use in the Renaissance.
No, the further we get into the Renaissance, they're using different techniques.
They will in Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast, at least.
Yeah.
I always love it when they have a child sing like this. Like, it's not too over the top. It's just the child singing very sweetly.
Yeah. It's just such an adorable scene right there.
I love the butler, too. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Ah, crap. Now Oliver's been left at the house.
Really? So according to Scribe, the film did not become a home video until 1996, despite trade publications reporting that there was a high demand for it in video. It was one of the most requested Disney films. Yeah.
Well, kids wanted both. They probably wanted both Land Before Time and this movie.
Okay, I don't blame him for being upset there.
Yeah.
And then he's like, what? This poor butler. It's like, what the hell's going on?
Uh-huh.
And they're tracking the prince everywhere.
Yeah.
Get out. And that's used in trailers a lot.
Yep.
This, listen.
He made it in.
You know. The double standard there.
She's just...
You do realize what she was implying, right?
Yeah. Time magazine. Uh-huh. Not unwarranted. Like, real life chihuahuas are very bug-eyed.
Get out of my house! You can't blame her for this. Like, they're trespassing with their stuff. Yes, Scribe. I've seen PMVs of rarity in this role. Something isn't right. And then it's absolutely ridiculous that worked. Kitty. Rita. You deserve that, dude.
Yep. Uh-huh. Sure.
My Fair Lady reference. Okay, Blue Heart. I think it was like that dog chocolate they make. You know?
Yeah.
He was like the most understanding of the group.
Very much in line with the book, very much. Aww.
Like, what? Wait, what about... we love you, though.
Aww.
get it from both perspectives.
Yeah. God. God. Yeah.
Kitty, kitty, kitty. Way they made the cat move in this.
Oh. No.
I know it hurts because, they see him as family, but he also sees Jenny as family. I live on 5th Avenue. That's big time. Yeah, this kind of goes with Fagin's idea in the book of kidnapping Oliver for ransom.
Yeah. Here he's getting a little sinister now.
He's also thinking well, he's got money and we need the money. I love what they did there with the ironing board.
Ironing board just keeps getting lower and lower.
Just the little gags. In case you forgot, this was the 80s. Those fitness videos were becoming a thing.
Smug.
Brad Miller just had so much fun with this. Dear Mr. Very Rich Cat person.
Good Lord.
Here's another little girl character who doesn't get enough credit.
Yeah.
That face.
Yep. You can try to act all confident.
Yeah, you really got him. Want. Yeah. Roger's like the most loyal of the bunch, you can tell.
Yeah.
The camera's following him. Moron. And just mirroring his thoughts there. You heard that, right? You start with the knuckles.
Oh boy.
Jeez. It's the little things. Oh. Why you break his mirror again?
The same one, too.
It's the same mirror, I know.
That look on his face. Yeah. Oh, no.
It's okay. Just loyal dog.
God, they really made him look like one ugly motherfucker.
And the fade on the eyes. I always do that. Like, get this girl here at your house. This girl credit. And instead of... I mean, she probably should have gone to the police or something. You know, she just went out here by herself. Her kitty back. She loves her cat that much.
Yeah.
It probably said don't involve the police. A Mickey Mouse watch. I went outside the line with the creek. That sounded improvised to me. Dodged. I love this scene.
Off he goes again. Oh god, she just looked so sick of his shit there.
See, he does have a heart. Oh, he's like, wow. That's all you have. Whoa. Ah. Oh. I mean, they made this Fagin a lot more sympathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's a little girl who wants her kitty. She doesn't have the money for the cat, and
God.
And yeah, it was pretty much called out that like, what kind of person steals a poor little kitty? The kitty, the fuzzy cat. Oh, those eyes.
God.
Like, oh, you can't say no to those eyes. Well, I can't admit I stole it.
Love this animation here.
But she's still from a rich family. maybe you did the right thing, but he ain't gonna.
Oof.
I was using the cute eyes to his advantage long before Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
Is it always the orange tabby cats?
Ooh boy.
Ooh.
God.
Now this guy is evil incarnate.
He is horrible. Ooh boy. Off he goes.
Yeah, you're right, Blueheart. Georgette went after Jenny too, despite her jealousy towards Oliver. She does care about Jenny. She is her human. Yeah.
No, I feel that
do
one.
me a favor. Never call me your little croissant.
I don't think so. I would never.
That's a little weird.
That's a little strange.
Oh, come on, Georgette. Older Dash. What do you think he said? That seems to be his thing. Consistently his thing.
Mhm. Woof. Really liking this animation here.
and yeah, and he's like, how'd they even get in the warehouse?
Hmm. God.
I did the fuzziness, right?
Yep.
Yeah. See, Georgette's useful when she wants to be.
She's clever.
Princess!
Yeah.
I need to explain what that reference is. I don't think I need
No.
to. I liked how they keep that consistent. That his thing is the wires. Hot wiring.
He's the tech guy. Oh boy.
Oh god, the way he spun in the air.
Whoa boy.
Again!
He finally got it started. God.
Yeah. Sorry, Tito.
And that car is definitely utilizing CGI. Oh boy. Yeah, okay. I didn't even think you could fit a car down there. More CGI?
Ugh.
Oh, yowza.
These guys were.
That's one way of going about it. Great lighting
And
here.
Oliver was barking along with
shit.
them.
This man, he just will
and
not
here's
let up.
Oliver's heroic moment.
Ooh.
Dodger going after the kid.
Oh. Yow. Ugh. And
Okay, I know the dog was
dog.
evil, but I wouldn't wish that on any puppy.
Yes, a dead doggy. And there's dead dog number 2. God. No, none of the bad guys are getting off scot-free here. God, the look
In
on
that
his...
moment, he knew.
The...
Fucked up.
God, the fucking... The look on his face when he fucking knew what was going on is like, ah.
I mean, that was good driving there, Tito. Jeez.
Honestly, in regards to, like, if this was anything other than a Disney movie, I think it would have been like, ah, and just cut off.
Disney, enough with your fake outs.
Woof. I always see the boiling lines. You always see that they're well, not necessarily redrawing it, but they're retracing it and repainting it. Oh.
Hey. The puppies, the kitties.
Kitty was exhausted.
There's no way you could watch this movie and not feel something.
Yeah,
I'll give you credit, Georgia. That was crazy.
I feel that, Georgia. I think I would be very...
It's valid of you to be traumatized. Channel 4.
It's like they'll let anyone in off the street.
Exercised. And they bond over wrestling. And he's still
Damn it.
pressed for money. And still taking apples. I mean,
fucking hubcap.
They did save her life, so that's more than enough. Aww.
You've got a gambling problem.
Oh. Adult humor. Obviously, I didn't understand that part when I was a kid. Um. Well, that decides it then. Fun. It's like, it ain't worth it. What was you saying in the chat about them being wholesome? Not really. Learned. No, they're still on the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah. You say he's artful.
Indeed.
I love the reprise of this.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Population. We got free time there. I can't help it.
It's
too
such
catchy.
a good song. And the animation's always
Dodger
great.
away. You know, Rita is swapped on him.
Yeah, we are really just going full Broadway here.
Why should we worry?
Yep.
Yeah.
Woo!
Population. Got free.
This is great.
Why should we worry? Why should we care?
Directed by George Scribner.
God.
One director on an animated film. That's interesting. Joey Lawrence, Billy Joel, Cheech Marin, Richard Mulligan, Roscoe Lee Brown, Cheryl Lee Ralph, Dom DeLuise, Sykes, Robert Loggia. Story by
Animation screenplay, Timothy J. Disney. Oh.
So many guys on the story. Inspired by Dickens' Oliver Twist. Original score by J.A.C. Redford.
This movie is so damn overlooked. Look, Linkeen.
Yep. Supervising animators and all the character animators.
Evan Lima, wouldn't he go
to
go
direct
on to work on
the
Tarzan?
Lion King? Oh, Tarzan, right. Lion King was Rob Minkoff. My bad. But yeah.
Oh my god.
He would co-direct. Yeah. He would co-direct.
Backgrounds. Lisa Keen. I wonder if they're any relation.
I think so. I think, like, isn't that his wife?
Probably.
The computer animation, Tina Price and Michael Cedino.
I saw Mark Dindal in there. This guy worked on a lot of these movies.
Glen Keane fan club. Animating assistants, Tony Anselmo.
Tony Anselmo?
Again, I'm always like...
Kirk Wise! Yes, one of the directors of Beauty and the Beast.
Yes. Yeah, Kevin Lima, he would direct Tarzan with his co-director, Frozen co-director Chris Buck.
Yeah, see, this movie helped Disney segue into the Renaissance.
It really did. It really did.
Directors.
Always gotta give credit to the casting. Mary V. Buck and Susan Edelman, both of CSA. Gotta give the casting directors credit when you got a great cast behind a movie. I always gotta put Ink and Paint. Gretchen Albrecht was the manager. The assistant manager was Chris.
Right, looks like there was some Xerox in there.
Xerox, yes. The Xerox process would have been used for, like, I think, like, some of Francis's shots were, like, pencil to Xerox. And then, of course, the CGI was computer to Xerox with the line work. Because you'll notice in this movie, compared to Great Mouse Detective, there weren't any boiling lines. Like, the line art on the CGI was so clean. Actually, Scribe, I think there was some CGI in The Little Mermaid, so Little Mermaid would be the last movie to use Xerox at all.
And well, it was the last movie to use ink and paint for sure.
Yes. And that definitely includes Xerox. I'm pretty sure, like, definitely at the staircase with Ariel, and probably with the boat that stabbed Ursula. Cause in order to get those lines as clean as they do. Lyrics by Howard Ashman.
Yeah, and performed by Huey Lewis.
Huey Lewis and the Loose. Huey Lewis and the Noose.
So you just said it back. That was funny. That was very funny there.
Not my joke. Not my joke. Everybody go subscribe to Tony Goldmark. He's funny. There's a lot of violence in The Little Mermaid. Birds attack and everything.
This movie is just so overlooked, and I don't know why.
It's not entirely the movie's fault. I'd say it has more to do with the soundtrack. You got like 2 memorable songs, and everything else, I hate to say it, but Once Upon a Time in New York City and the whole like what is the song that they have about like how to make it on the streets? Streets of Gold. Yeah, those songs.
I don't know
those songs don't stick
Good Company song I love. I always love that.
Those songs don't stick with me as much as Street Savoir Faire and Perfect Isn't Easy. Like, those songs are real standout.
But this movie is just so heartwarming.
It's funny, if Barry Manilow wrote songs for this movie, I think his more memorable soundtrack was Thumbelina, to be honest.
I love this movie so much.
Whitney Houston was considered for Rita? Huh.
I can see why.
That's entirely fair.
She looks like Whitney Houston in her 80s.
It does seem like a role.
I mean, with the puffy hair, you know.
It does. Penguin and the Pebble was. Pebble and the Penguin had songs, but let's talk about this movie. Aside from it not being a very strong musical, I think like the 2 songs that were great were really great, and the characters were always fun. You know what? It was very charming. But I definitely think like the 3 songs that I think the 3 other songs, they just didn't land very well. Just for me personally. And I think that's why this, along with The Black Cauldron, were movies that I just kind of watched once and forgot about. But it is very fun.
But this one at least, you know, it appeals to kids because cute little animals, and you know, as an adult, it's so heartwarming.
It is. And you gotta admit that Fagin is still a little shit in this one. He was pulling the villain role for a minute when he basically held the cat for ransom.
Yes, but he was also sympathetic because you saw, you know, he was trying to save his own life. He was also trying to take care of his dogs, who you saw he loved.
He loved his dogs.
Like they were family. Yeah. Yes, because if it was really all just about him, then why would he even have dogs in the first place?
You know, I do agree with Squad. The villain isn't memorable aside from his death, but that's so unfair because not only is the voice performance really good, but his design and animations are also really good. I think Glenn Keane was behind him. Like, just his vibe.
Yeah, you know, Sykes, he definitely serves as a foil for Fagin.
He's the
eviler one.
He serves his role very well, and his death is really good. And let's be fair, it's like
Fagin goes.
He's got some good moments. Yeah. I think it's because I think the problem is he doesn't have the presence. Storm King. I'm going on My Little Pony. The Horned King. The Horned King had presence. Even if he wasn't in a lot of the scenes, he had presence. You felt his hand, his shadow looming over the heroes. But Sykes, just a guy. He's a dirty guy who has people killed because they owe him money. He's probably a criminal too. Like, let's be fair. It's like,
of course he is. He's inclined to be a loan shark, a mob boss. I mean, he's on the phone talking about start with the fingers and then get the cement shoes. Like, oh my god, this guy is worse than just a loan shark.
I mean, let's be fair. If they wanted to capture the idea of Sykes from the book / musical in New York City, then they did a good job making him seem like the worst scum of the earth. Like, they did a great job.
He's the evil mobster.
It's like I think even like in the book, like I've never read the book, but I watched the movie adaptation of the musical, and I think like from that, Fagin is always the lesser the lesser, like better the devil you know, kind of scenario.
Yes. And like Fagin at least has a bit of a moral code.
He does.
And we saw here that in this movie that
it's very clear what his moral code is. He would
felt
never
very
hurt
justified.
anyone.
He wasn't going to hurt the cat, but
No.
he felt justified in asking for the money, who he thought was just this spoiled rich guy who has more than he needs, and they need the money.
Yeah.
Like I said, probably got more money to buy catnip than we do in a month for food. And so he felt justified in that. But then when he sees just this little girl who has a piggy bank, and she just really wants her cat back, whom she loves.
It's just heartbreaking.
And he's
for
like,
both
well,
of them.
maybe he was at the end of this rope and up against the wall.
He was desperate.
Must have
Still
been
wrong.
Yes.
God.
And he decided, he was going to forego the money and subsequently his life, because do the right thing.
No,
reunite this cat with.
Like, he didn't know that
girl.
Sykes would have been like, well, if this is a rich kid from a rich family, well, perhaps the plan ain't all bad. I mean, like, because the thing is, Sykes got a good look at the collar. He knows what streets she lives on at that point. It's like he held the cat in his hand. He knows where she lives. He knows that she comes from money. So he knew what he was doing.
And he could have very well known. He could have very well known the address. They don't say what Jenny's parents do, but it's implied they're like big in business or something.
Conference in Rome.
With a conference
in Rome. Maybe they're fashion tycoons. Who knows? I mean, we know
they have a prize-winning dog.
We have a prize-winning dog who's a fashionista. I wouldn't put it past them to be fashion, because Italian
or maybe
Italy,
diplomats. Maybe diplomats. We are in New York, so
I guess we are in New York. We're not that far from the UN.
That's right. It's possible. They could be diplomats.
Yeah. Jenny had more personality and a role than Sykes. And good on her, because she was a real sweetheart. If you wanted I mean, she's on the opposite side of the thing, but, I definitely think Georgina, fills the role of the character. Georgette? That was Georgina.
No, it's Georgette.
Okay, well, Georgette...
She's a French poodle.
Because Georgette, I think she fills the role of the character Scribe was mentioning before. Nancy?
Oh, Nancy was the girlfriend of Sykes.
Right, but I think, she kind of...
The one that, because Sykes mistreated her, but she loved him because he was the one who rescued her from the streets, the one who takes care of her. Abusive relationship.
Yeah.
I can kind of understand why they get rid of that, because...
But I can definitely see Georgina...
And there wasn't really room for it.
I can definitely see Georgette filling that on the save Oliver from the rich family thing, because they think he's a danger, because she fills the role of that, being on the side of the bums, on the side of
I think Georgette might have just been added just for some conflict within the house.
True, but I think
the rich people who... So the way that Oliver happened, he tried to pick the pocket of this elderly rich guy.
Right, which is what they basically did in the movie here.
And then in court, his I think his niece, I believe, she felt sorry for Oliver and insisted that they drop the charges and that they take him in. And then it turned out that he was the gentleman's long lost grandson, because he lost his daughter a while ago. She went missing a while ago.
It's like the penniless princess, when it's like you realize, oh wait, I knew your father. Wait, everything he had was owed to me in his will. Wait, I can adopt you. It's like, man, ain't that just a coincidence?
Obviously, because we have animals and humans, that they didn't do that part of the storyline.
Coincidence. But no, I just mean Georgette filling the role of being on the side of the rapscallions, trying to get Oliver out of there, because it's like, I guess that's right. The fucking what's her name? The dog, the Dodgers girlfriend in this movie.
Rita. We're not really sure if they're actually together, but she does definitely act like.
Rita would be the Nancy in this movie. What am I thinking? George.
Just on the other side.
Yeah. Yes.
She's probably the closest thing we got to Nancy.
Probably.
I do remember of Nancy is that first time Oliver sees her, he's like, "You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen." Of course, I don't know many women.
But yeah, no, that was Oliver and Company. We'll finally leave the Bronze Era and move on to the Renaissance next week. So thank you all so much for joining us. And if you're viewing this after the fact, thanks for watching. And until next time, remember to take care, stay safe, and be kind in all that you do. Good night, everybody! And watch out!
Meow!
I'm walking here!